Hello, 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 everybody. We are live, we are in color, and we are so excited about tonight's presentation. Yes, we're streaming from everywhere. We're here on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. We are streaming everywhere. And tonight's information is going to be absolutely amazing. So, before we dive into the information, because we are at day number 4 of our Rich Blitz. We've been blitzing all week long. And I can tell you right now, you are in for a sweet treat tonight. We have incredible testimonies that you're going to hear from of people just like you that made a decision to absolutely change their lives. And I'm so incredibly excited that tonight you get an opportunity to meet like minded people that made a decision to become richer in every area of their life. So go ahead and take a second and share this with a family member, share with a friend, share it to your personal pages. You guys may be watching me on Instagram right now. Instagram as well, Facebook right now. Make sure that you share it. Share it to some of your groups. Get the word out and drop in the chats where you're connected in from. You know, I love shouting you guys out. This feature also allows us to highlight you. So as you communicate, those of you that are watching us on Facebook, we can pop in and highlight your comment on Facebook. So take a moment to drop your city and drop your state and drop your country, your continent in. We see you, Evelyn. We see you, and we know you represent NYC Queen. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So go ahead and tag a few people that you want to win with, travel the world with, and just really that you want to see do some incredible things. I believe right now in the world that we're living in, people are looking for a solution to a world-class problem. And I can tell you right now, we are a solution to a world-class problem, helping you to create wealth. So I'm going to take a moment and share my slides. And I'm going to share a little bit about who I am with you guys, you know, who we are as a company, what we do. And we're going to spend most of our time tonight focusing on what's in it for you. So if I were you, I will pull out a pen, I will pull out a notepad, and I will make sure that I'm in a quiet place that I can retain the information that I am going to share. I most definitely would not leave this information up to memory. And so if somebody invited you to be with us tonight, I can tell you right now, you want to make sure that you are position yourself to hear very clearly what it is and why they invited you to be on with us tonight. I don't even want to start messing with this stuff. Oh, boom. I'm glad I did. Yes. Okay. Now we at full screen. That looks better to me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. It looks better to me. Hopefully you guys can see me well on the back end. Those of you that are watching us via Zoom, if you could just put 111 in the chat. I see Valerie is back there. Valerie, thanks so much for being on. We see you, Riley, Isabel. So many of you are chiming in. Dr. Nikki, we see you. Robert, we see you. We see you guys. If you guys could let me know if you can see my slides nice and clear and nothing is blocking it, that would be absolutely perfect. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, we're going to dive into this presentation. I see you, Tiara. We're excited tonight, streaming everywhere. Share, share, share. Get the word out. Everybody want to know what's happening with Rich University. What are we doing? They're seeing us dominate their timelines. They're seeing so much success come from our amazing community. And tonight, I want to get into the details as to what is happening. God is so faithful. I first want to welcome you into Rich University. I told you I'm going to do a little story time as I share with you who we are. And I want to go deeper today so that you can really understand the magnitude of what we have in our hands and why it's the perfect time to be doing what we're doing. So welcome to Rich University. I promise you, you are going to love it here. So who are we? We are a faith-based, purpose-driven community that leads the way in wealth creation. Yes, we lead the way in wealth creation, offering you access to education and resources for starting successful businesses. Keyword being successful. There's a ton of people starting businesses right now, but our goal is to help you to start a successful business and enter into the world of investment. And we're going to get into why that's important in just a moment. So here's the founders. My name is Dr. China Bethley. I am a global ambassador to the United Nations. I also received a Lifetime Achievement Award from our 44th president, Barack Obama. But I can tell you, I am most proud about being a child of the Most High King. Okay. I am a daughter of the King. I am married to my King, and I am the mother of one of my children, my son, a King. Okay. So royalty is very, very important to me. And God gave me the vision for this amazing company, Rich University, many years ago. And our mission is to impact nations and generations around the world. Our goal is to reach 1 million families. That's why many of you are here tonight. Somebody that's a part of our amazing community decided to share their excitement with you. Maybe you see them traveling around the world with us to places like Dubai or South Africa. Maybe you see them going to places like London and Turkey with us throughout the islands. Maybe you recently just saw them with us in Las Vegas, Nevada, or perhaps you're hearing their excitement about us going to Dallas, Texas. Either way, we have a goal to reach 1 million families. What I can tell you is that wealth is truly a team sport. And when you get the ingredients and the recipe to success, you really have a hard time keeping it to yourself. And so I'm excited that we get to do life together. You are seeing my husband, my incredible husband, Mr. Andre Logic Mix, the co-founder of Rich University, who is such a strong pillar inside of this company, bringing so much value to so many people. Our heart is for women of color and minorities, not just to normalize the wealth conversation, but the wealth reality in our communities. And we are founded on three solid pillars. Relationships is very important to me. It's very important to my husband. We've been married now 22 years. We are very big on relationships, but ultimately it is the relationship with God who opens up the door, connects the dots, and provides the divine alignment that allow you to really walk into full success, the fulfillment of success. So many people think that Rich University is all about money. It's not. It's a part of it because obviously we are rich in every area of our lives, but we want you to have the fulfillment of success as you create wealth with us. And so those three solid pillars are relationships, results, because they're important. We don't minimize results over here. We want to know the results. We want to know what are the details, what's happening. And so we're big on helping you to create the results in your life that make life worth living, as well as residual income. Once you learn about income and begin to become a student in the area of finances, you're going to understand that residual is allowing you to make money in your sleep, getting paid over and over and over again for something that you only did one time. And so with that being said, I want to share with you guys our amazing and incredible academic team. Listen, teamwork really does make the dream work. I am so excited about our amazing academic team with Dr. LaJean Payne, our Dean of Academics, who brings to the table so many years of expertise and experience in education at a very, very high level, okay? As well as Latasha Wilson, our Chairman of Admission and Recruitment, who's doing an incredible job at helping us to get the word out to the masses of people around the world who really need what we have. Amaya Jackson, our academic advisor, you're going to have a chance to hear more about how this amazing academic team is going to help you to get from where you are to ultimately where you want to be. Our director of communications, Isabel Ventura, who is the newest to our amazing academic team that I'm so excited about. And I can tell you guys, it is really all about the divine alignment. And so inside of our virtual campus, you'll have access to community. We love traveling together. We'll talk a little bit more about how we do that in a moment. But our community is amazing. You probably have seen Rich University in your city somewhere. I'm sure you've seen it all over online. But if you haven't, make sure that you follow us at richuniversity.co on Instagram, as well as here on Facebook in our Rich University community. We offer you rich merch. Yes, we are coming to your city to paint your city rich. We have the rich tracksuits like you see here that is absolutely beautiful. It is just such a vibe. Okay. We have the t-shirts, we have the caps. So you don't want to miss out on taking advantage of our amazing rich merch. We also provide you outside of our community, our courses. Yes. Study hall is the place to be on a Monday, on a Tuesday, and a Thursday. Trust me, you don't want to miss our study halls because we are putting you in a position to create wealth in our study halls, as well as our trading labs. When we get into the depth of how you create wealth, you're going to understand why our trading labs are so very important. Our conferences, like the one we have coming up November 2nd through November 4th in Dallas, Texas. Yes, Dallas. We are coming to paint your city rich with the Rich Experience Dallas edition, as well as our clubs, like our book club that's led by our ambassador, Leah Square. Our book club, we just wrapped up Atomic Habits. We're going into the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. So everything that you need is right Here, what is in it for you? Our private community offers you mentorship, support, engagement, live events. We have a curriculum. One of the things that I discovered over the past 7 years of being inside of this space as a serial investor was that people needed more directions because our heart is for women of color and minorities. We recognize that many of them were first generation wealth builders. And so they needed the direction. We saw people get into this space because they had the desire, but not really have the support. If you guys know what I'm saying, put 111 in the chat. You want to grow to the next level, and you don't need nobody to babysit you or hold your hand, but you need the guidance. You need the direction. You need to know what's next. Drop 111s in the chat if you can relate to what I'm saying. And so we're big on mentorship. We're big on support. We understand that most people need engagement to really be able to learn. You don't want to be in no boring community and boring environment. I mean, with everything that's going on in life, you would totally kind of focus on something else. But it is the curriculum that I believe has really made the tremendous difference in how we've seen our community be able to qualify for funding. We're going to touch that in just a moment. Of course, live events, recognition, and graduation is absolutely amazing because after you've done the work, we want to recognize you. We want to celebrate you. So in Rich University, we are very big on celebration. So what do? We provide to you elite levels of education and information. We put you in a position to be exposed to things that most people are not talking about and most people are not aware of. We show you how to go from the left side of money to the right side of money. Most people are on the left side of money, right? Most people don't realize that on the left side of money, that 95% of the world's population is there, but they only have access to 5% of the wealth. And that is a significant issue with being on the left side of money. Robert Kiyosaki did a phenomenal job at creating something called the cash flow quadrant. If you're familiar with the cash flow quadrant, drop 111 in the chat. It's a great read if you haven't read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, as well as his cash flow quadrant, because it really helps you to understand how money flows. And so don't be so personal here, but I want you to identify what category you are in. On the left side of money, where there's only 5% of the wealth and 95% of the world's population are your employees and those that are self-employed. But relax, this is not the presentation where we're beating you up about having no job, because I believe that your employer is your first investor. So you want to make sure that you use a lot of wisdom here. We live in a time right now, especially with social media. Social media wants to beat everybody up about having a job, as if everybody should be an entrepreneur. Guys, a lot of it is marketing tactics and strategies to convince you to buy their stuff of how they were able to make a ton of money without doing anything. And the reality of it is most people don't have the discipline. They don't have the discipline in order to do what it takes to become an entrepreneur. So don't allow anybody to beat you up about it. However, I do believe that your purpose and your passions should be lived out. I do believe that if you're not doing something that you want to do right now, then create the system and the strategy to get to the right side of money. And that's what we're here to help you to do right now. And so you have employees and those that are self-employed. So here's the way this works. The employees are people who work for a system, okay? If that makes sense and you can relate, put 111 in the chat. If that makes sense and you can relate, just say, hey, I totally get that. They work for a system, right? I love to find people who love what they do, because most people spend 40 hours plus a week working a job. Why would you want to be a place that you hate, right? Just because of a paycheck. What if there was more opportunities? And so a lot of people go from being employees to becoming self-employed. Hey, sweet peaches, I see you. They become self-employed. This is where your cosmetologist are. For many years, I did hair. And here's the reality. No, I didn't have a boss telling me what time to be to work. No, I didn't have somebody telling me how much money I could make. But my clients kind of told me what time I needed to be in the salon, right? Obviously, I did the market research, but they kind of dictated how much money I made. So you go from having a job to owning a job. The problem with being on the left side of money is that you're either working for a system or you're working for money. And if you're not physically present, you don't get paid. If you're not present, then you don't get paid. If you don't show up to do the work, even the doctors and the lawyers are on the left side of money. Watch this. I'm born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. And if I would have told my mom growing up that I wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer, to us, that was the pinnacle of success. That's why tonight we're providing you with an elite level of education and information, because here's the facts, here's the reality. If the surgeon doesn't show up to do the surgery, the surgeon doesn't get paid. And in many cases, the surgeon had to take out hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans, right? Student loans, to get to the position where most of his career or her career, she's paying back student loan debt. That is just the reality. The attorney, if they don't show up to take the case, they don't get paid. If that makes sense, just put 777 in the chat. This is why we're very intentional about getting you to the right side of money. Somebody say, take me to the right side. On the right side of money is where your business owners and investors are. How many of you remember who we are here in Rich University, right? Remember, we help you to create wealth. We're big on focusing on helping you to start successful businesses and become investors. So, on the right side of money, this is not China's philosophy. This is actually coming from an economist, Robert Kiyosaki, right? He did the due diligence. He provided the data so you can understand, regardless of where you are currently, the goal is to get to the right side of money where your business owners are and your investors are. Why? Because that's where 95% of the wealth is. 95% of the wealth is on the right side of money with only 5% of the world's population. What? Only 5% of the world's population even know about the things I'm talking about. And what we want to do in our community and what we have done successfully is created a space for you, even if you don't have a business right now, for you to get into that category. Why? Because you need cash flow in order for you to invest. Listen, if you focusing on just paying your bills and you don't have the extra resources to invest, then investing is probably not on your mind. But if you're going to create wealth, you got to become a business owner and investor. And so with that being said, most people have gotten access to public education and information. And this is why they don't know the information I'm sharing with you. That information is free for all. 22% of the world's population does have access to private education, but there's no guarantee that when you paid that university that you was going to get a degree to make a certain amount of money. There was no guarantee that you were even going to work in that field. Drop 333s in the chat if you can relate. If you know somebody right now who has a degree, 1, 2, maybe 3, that's not even working in their field, just put 3s in the chat. This is far too common in our society. So what we're focusing on in Rich University is providing you an elite level of education and information, a type of education and information that's usually only passed down through the bloodline. And that represents the top 3%. So when I thought about, okay, if I'm going to start a business and I'm going to start to invest, most people, when you think about what type of business you want to start, most people immediately start to think about their passions. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're anything like me, a first generation wealth creator, meaning that in my generation, most of the people, when I look back, they were going through the process and doing the best with what they had. They didn't have access to the internet. This information wasn't readily available to them. They wasn't able to take a peek in the lives of other people or even ask the right questions to people to find out what they did. So most of the people, when I look back in my bloodline, and you should do this too, they were on the left side of money. And so now that we are in a position to the right side of money, I started to do due diligence. Listen, I get that I'm passionate about certain things, but is that where the money is? Right? Because I got a lot of work to do. I got to not only make sure that I create something now, but that I look back to past generations to help them out as I'm building generational wealth. If that makes sense, put 333s in the chat. Because some of you are here because the responsibility that you have because of what God has called you to do is bigger than you just paying your bills. You don't get a job to just pay your bills. If you just want to pay some bills, go and find you a job. Hopefully it's something that you enjoy doing. And listen, keep it at that. But if you are looking to really shift some things, if you know that God has called you and he's chosen you, you know that in your bloodline, you are the one, you know that you are the one that your family is dependent on. I encourage you to take heed to this information, because when you become a business owner, you have to think like a business owner think. Not even like an entrepreneur, because there's a difference. We don't have time for that conversation. But business owners, they are putting systems in place. And even if they take a vacation for a month, they can come back to increase sales. So then what type of business should you start? A profitable one that doesn't go against your morals. A profitable business that makes sense for the current marketplace. So take your emotions out of it, go make some money in business, and then do the things you're passionate about. I'm not saying don't create a business that's connected to your passion, but maybe that won't be your first business. That's a passion project. So, in case that project does not produce the results you want, it's just a passion project for you. But in business, what type of business do I want to start? A profitable one. So, when I did my due diligence, I realized that guess what? A lot of people want their money to work for them. So, then what's the greatest thing that I could invest in? And I did my research and I found out, ladies and gentlemen, that the foreign exchange industry was number one. And I'm just the type of woman. I don't know about you. I don't know who you are, your background, but I'm just the type of woman. I just like the number one. I want to go straight to the top. Why would I settle for number two? Why would I settle for number three when I can have number one? I told you guys in the beginning, I am the daughter of the king. Okay. And so I said, wait a minute. The foreign exchange industry is a $6.7 trillion daily industry. This is what all the big boys are doing, the central banks, the financial institutions, and all of these high network individuals. This is what they're doing with their money. They're letting their money work for them. They're not just working for money. They're letting their money work for them. This is the largest financial market in the world. This is not China's philosophy. I'm providing you the facts and the figures. And so I say, wait a minute, if this is what the big boys are doing, let me learn how to do this. How do I trade these currencies, right? I know there's been some hype around this industry. In fact, we're partially responsible for that. You know, before 7, 8 years ago, most people in our communities, women of color and minorities, knew nothing about foreign exchange. In fact, I was blessed to make my first $1 million before I was 30 years old. Yet that did not deem me to know about the largest financial market in the world. So I'm telling you, most people don't have a clue about this industry. But I get it. Most people were misled. They didn't realize that foreign exchange is a skill. Most people didn't really want to learn the skill. They just wanted the results from it. They just wanted the money. They were excited that they can turn pennies into dollars and dollars into hundreds and hundreds into thousands from their phone, that they left out the discipline, that they left out the focus, that they had the greed monster on their back and they thought that they were in Las Vegas gambling. Oh, but there's a reality check now. And those of us that you still see standing right now are the serious one that do this for real. So yes, Forex is still around. In fact, Forex has been around before it was trending for hundreds of years. This industry has helped wealthy people become wealthier. And to be honest with you, unless you had $100,000, you wouldn't have even had access to it. However, now we offer you an opportunity to get started for much less. So when I thought about, okay, this is an industry that the big boys are in. Okay, this is a rich man sport. Where do I learn? I told you guys I just like the best. So it wasn't any confusion for me when I decided where was I going to go to learn this information. I like people with a track record. Everybody talking these days. Everybody got a microphone these days. Everybody got a podcast these days. Everybody got something to say, but I need to see the results. I told you guys at the beginning, I'm just big on the results. Where are the results? And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, Rich University decided to partner with the number one company in the world for what it is that we do, teaching you how to create wealth in the largest financial markets in the world. I'm talking about the proof is just in the pudding. Men lie, women lie, but these numbers don't lie. Ladies and gentlemen, I am super duper excited to share with you that we have accomplished 1 billion in revenue. Let me just set that there right there, right? We're not testing this out. This is not a trial. $1 billion in revenue has already been accomplished. We have customers in 20 countries around the world. We have 1 million students that have come through our academy, and we are the largest online learning platform for learning about the financial markets. Now, our company, guys, teaches you about foreign exchange, about cryptocurrency and stocks, even about e-commerce. E-commerce is a $1 trillion industry by itself. In fact, in 2020, when everything shut down, one thing that did not shut down was the internet, nor did people stop buying. So even in the midst of crisis, money is still moving. So the ECX Academy, our drop shipping and our e-commerce academy is teaching you everything about e-commerce. Now, we decided that social media is growing. Some of you found out about us on social media. Some of you are watching Rich University right now on social media. And so we realized this is another $1 trillion industry. People are making a lot of money on social media, but most people lack the education as to how. So, what we've done is put you in a position to learn how we are able to become influencers on social media. And maybe you want to add travel to that. Would you like to be a travel influencer? Well, we're going to show you how to get paid to travel around the world and absolutely live an incredible lifestyle by leveraging the technology and the AI technology that we have. We even offer you mindset. So, with that being said, before we get into the part that I know you guys are here for, you want to know all about the funding. You're hearing that we were already able to help our community to qualify for over $500,000 in funding. That's correct. I believe that every business owner and every investor should have funding. And inside of Rich University, we provide you access to funding through our financial aid. You heard what I said. And I am excited from 5K to $500,000 in funding for business owners and investors. I'm excited for you to hear some of our special guests that are on with us today. I'm excited for you to hear what they have been able to do as it relates to getting funding with us, or as it relates to them just winning with us inside of Rich University. So with that being said, I am going to bring up Miss Merlan. Miss Merlan is going to share with you her testimony of what her experience has been here inside of Rich University. Hey Merlan, how are you, Queen?
Hey, Dr. China. Thank you. I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. And thank you for this amazing presentation. Had it not been someone like yourself that had shared this information with me in the past, I would not be a part of this space. So, with that being said, hello, everyone. As Dr. China mentioned, my name is Merland Evans. I am from the New York area. I'm a wife. I am a mom of 3 beautiful girls. I'm also a occupational therapist by trade. Um, as an occupational therapist, I'm working in the New York City school system, and I'm a contract therapist. So I'm one of those people that falls on that self-employed quadrant. I fall on that side of the quadrant. So if I don't go to work, if I don't invoice the district and invoice for the services provided, I don't get paid. So I fall on that side of the money. However, 3 years ago, I was introduced to this amazing academy by my cousin. He shared this information with me, and I knew nothing about trading. I didn't know Forex, I had never heard about it. Um, However, I understood that you can make pennies into dollars and dollars into hundreds and hundreds into thousands. That's all I needed to know. I just needed to understand, how to get in. I plugged into the information. And so I said yes to this amazing opportunity. Fast forward to the top of this year, I made 2 goals for myself. One of the goals was to be recognized as a master trader in our academy. I did that in February of 2023. I was recognized for 50 out of 50 trades being successful
Wow.
in the academy.
Wait a minute, let me gotta run that back because I want to make sure they heard that trading is a skill. So there is no guarantees that you're gonna, be able to just because you learn a skill, have that kind of success and track record. In fact, 80%, if you get 80% accuracy in your trading, that is like superstar status. So for you to get 50 trades profitable 50 out of 50. That is like unheard of. So kudos to you. Congratulations. Y'all drop sevens in and show her some love because that is amazing. Continue. I just had to listen. That's a big deal to me.
Yes, I mean, and it's all to our amazing academy as well as the educators and the platform. The AI technology we have by far has the best accuracy. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no other technology out there. So kudos
Yeah.
to the academy as well as the educators. And
Absolutely.
also another testimony, if you don't mind me sharing that as well. In August of 2023. I was able to get funded a $10,000 account
Woo,
using
woo,
this amazing platform.
woo.
So I'm just so excited.
Yes.
I'm so glad I said yes. And just like Dr. China said in the beginning, this academy is the solution to a world class problem. Excuse me. I do believe that the middle class is going to be phased out, and
Yeah.
so really this information could not be presented to us at a better time. I'm so happy that I said yes. And to all the people that are on tonight, please do yourself a favor. Do not let fear take the chance of you being successful in a space such as this. You could do so much for yourself, so much for your family. You could build a legacy, you could start a business, you could do whatever you want. So go ahead and reach back to the person that invited you and take a chance on yourself. Thank you for allowing me to share, Dr. China.
Absolutely. Thank you for hopping on, Sharon. Congratulations again. 10,000 in funding is all about using OPM, other people's money. Thanks for sharing, Queen. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned because we have more, and more for you. You should be tagging people that you know should be here because these testimonies are spicy and they are heating up. Next up, we're going to bring up our director of communications. She is the newest to the family. Her testimony just blew me away. And I say, hey, the world just needs to know what this looks like. So, ladies and gentlemen, Isabel Ventura, come on in, Queen, and share your testimony.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much, Dr. China, for giving me the opportunity to share my testimony. I'm very, very new in this community, but I am truly blessed. And it has blessed me in so many ways, right? So, who am I? My name is Isabel, for those who don't know, right? I am a mom of a beautiful 4-year-old, right? I am also a licensed nail technician, and I come from a part-time entrepreneurship, right? So, uh, I'm from New York as well, just like Merlin, right? New York in the house, right? We're doing phenomenal things. And the way that I entered into this beautiful community is very interesting. So I was part of a 21-day challenge, right? With none other than Dr. China, right? And I meet this woman, and this woman is so vibrant, right? It's so full of energy. But one of the things that caught my attention, guys, is how she was so God led. Every time, it's almost like I prayed something and I got on this live, and there she was answering, like giving me the answers to something that I had prayed. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on? And so in my heart, I felt this huge desire. I need to be wherever she is. This is where I need to be. Right.
Wow.
And without thinking about it, guys, I just said, I don't know what I'm doing, but sign me up. Right? And I just signed up with Rich University. And when I came in this community, it was all about, the community. It was all about the mentorship, the leadership. I felt like Dr. China had everything I needed in this season of my life, right? So, but don't talk to me about trading. I don't know what that is. I'm like, trading what? Who? No. I am a single mom. I have a 4-year-old. That's as much trading as I'm gonna do, trading between the bottle and getting her ready to school. We're not doing that, right? But what happens with this community? They get you so hyped up. There's so many events going on, and there was a trade-a-thon. Guys, now I'm only 3 weeks in. And okay, I did a demo. Perfect. I'm working this thing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. And they had this trade-a-thon, guys, and I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm joining. And I just joined. I created a live account, guys, and you're not going to believe my first day trading, I grew my account by 117%.
Girl.
Me, I had no idea no
Oh
idea,
my gosh.
no idea what I was doing. But you know what? We have such incredible leaders. They walk you through, they guide you, guys. There is no such thing as I don't know what I'm doing. Because you know what? It is such an easy system. The strategies are phenomenal. And every day, our team just comes up with new things that is like, oh, I get that, I get that. And all of a sudden, you know what? It's not a scary world anymore. Now we are actually in this world where the big boys plays, we can play too. A single mom from New York, Dominican, right? Descendant is all of a sudden opening an opportunity for my daughter to have a better life, guys. Okay. And not only that, I was so bold in this just because I was so God led into this community that I went all in. I didn't just choose Forex. I went all in, guys. And let me tell you how this has blessed my life. Not only am I now 4 months in trading live on my own, right? I'm doing my little thing. But guys, I was also able to take advantage of other systems like the e-commerce system. Guys, we have so much more. Okay, can someone put in the chat multiple streams of income? Okay, it's not just about trading. All right, I was able to build from scratch an Shopify and an Etsy store, guys. And let me tell you, this journey has been phenomenal. Okay, phenomenal. So, with that being said, we are here to win. This community is about growing and empowering. We have amazing mentors. Thank you so much, Dr. China, for bringing me in, for allowing me and having so much patience with me because I was always texting. I don't know what to do, But you guys just walk us through every single step. And I love that. And I'm here for it. It's about the community for me, but this is also about the growth, guys. Okay, so come get rich with us because you guys are gonna love it here. Okay, I'll see you guys inside.
Woo, woo, woo. I love it. Thank you so much, Isabel, for sharing your testimony. And I agree, they're going to love it here. Thank you for sharing. Congratulations on really
Thank
maximizing
you.
everything that we have to offer. Thank you, Queen. Y'all drop
You're
sevens in the
welcome.
chat and show this queen some love. Listen, I am here for the testimony. So if you see me get really excited about the testimonies, just know because that is the part that I am here for. Let's talk about this funding. This funding is absolutely amazing. We're helping you to get from 5K to $500,000 in funding. Now, this part is for members only. Once again, this part is for members only, but we are helping you to get from 5K to $500,000 in funding. We believe that you should use OPM. What I found over the past 7 years of being in this space is that, people were willing to pay for the education. Yes, you have to pay for the tools. Yes, you have to pay for the resources. Yes, you have to pay for the courses and the classes. No different than you pay for your education that you receive, except the price is not as high. However, when it was time for them to put up the capital, most people were starting their accounts with very small amounts of money. Nothing wrong with that. But what happens is, along the way, because it requires way more discipline, okay, people were getting a little frustrated, and so they would grow an account and blow an account, grow an account and blow an account, grow an account and blow an account. And it doesn't mean that that stops, but what it does mean is when you are having access to OPM as a business owner and as an investor, your discipline is a little bit different. You have a little bit more room, a little bit more fluctuation, and it puts you in a position of power. So, what we have in Rich University is exclusive. If you are not doing it with Rich University, you're just not doing it right. I know there's a ton of technology out there. I get bombarded with people who know I trade inside of the financial market, know that we do e-commerce, know that we travel, and all of the wonderful things that we do. And they always want to come with like this technology that only have a short lifespan. Listen, let me tell you something. I am no stranger to all of the stuff that's going on out here, but listen to me and listen to me well. If it can feed you, it can starve you. If you are not developing a skill, you are missing it. If you're just looking for bot after bot after bot after bot, those are usually the people that's always on somebody's bandwagon, always on somebody's train. We're not offering that to you. So when we talk about AI technology, I'm not talking about a bot trading for you. The most I've seen is about a 6 month span. I've seen people lose a ton of money. Of course, it sounds interesting. Who don't want everything to, get everything by doing nothing? Of course, people are going to run to it. But in Rich University, we are big on education. So type the word education in the chat. We are going to help you to develop the skill yourself because we help you to develop the confidence to know you can develop the skill. We keep you in a community that's growing so that you can be around like-minded people. If you're looking for a system that's going to do it all for you and you do nothing, then honestly, this is not the place for you. Go find that system and we'll see you in 3 to 6 months because we'll still be standing stronger than ever before. It's about the education. There's nothing new under the sun that I have not seen when it comes down to bots and all of this stuff that blows up and it just doesn't work. That's my experience. I don't know what your experience is, but trust me, we're hearing from a lot of people with these horror stories, and we want to prevent you from being one of those people. So trust me, learn the skill because that's what's going to pay the bills. This is some of the celebration, guys. Drop sevens in the chat. Shayla was able to get qualified for $10,000 in funding. We got none other than Professor Russell that got qualified for $10,000 in funding. This is a gentleman who actually trades on his own, but he said, you know what? All these people are getting funding. Let me check it out and see what the experience is myself. And he was able to get qualified for $10,000 in funding. Let's go. Brandy, congratulations, was able to get qualified for $10,000 in funding. Riley was able to get qualified for $5,000 in funding. Michelle, $5,000 in funding. And Amaya Jackson, $100,000. Boom, boom, boom in funding. Y'all better blow that chat up. How is this happening? We have the curriculum. We have a system. We are intentional. We have open house that takes place every Sunday. We have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, study hall. Study hall is no joke. Everything that we're doing is helping you to get qualified for funding. We even have access to our trading lab. That's live sessions where we're doing it together. I believe when we do it together, we just do it better. Independent studies on Friday, and we celebrate Residual Friday. I told you residual is very important to us. We are a community of business owners and investors, as well as our Rich University Assembly and our Mindset Mastery, which is our perfect 10. So everything that you need is here. So what do you need to get started? I can tell you right now, this is what blew me away. I was like, okay, how many tens of thousands do I need to get access to $100,000? How many tens of thousands do I need to get access to 20,000 and 50,000 and all of this money? But more importantly, the education. What do I need for the community? How do I get in the door? It blew my mind that we're talking about $499. We're talking about a three-figure decision. A three-figure decision to have access to the top industries in the world, a $6.7 trillion industries. I can learn from the number one company in the world, the number one community in the world, of how to win inside this space. And you're going to show me how to get OPM and use other people's money so I don't have to use my own capital to take the education that I learned and applied it. What? For $499 one time and $384 a month, you have access to everything that we offer. Our foreign exchange, our stocks and crypto, our travel, where you win a vacation every year. Let me not say win, because win sounds like it's a competition. It's no competition. If you are a member of our travel lifestyle experience for 12 months, you automatically qualify for a vacation. And so I'm so excited because we've been able to travel around the world to some of the most luxurious experiences where it was really a rich experience for a regular price. Come on, somebody. It was a rich experience, like the rich and famous, but a regular price. Who does not want that? You get social media. Yes, you need to learn how to market on social media. No, you don't have to be an influencer to really make it happen on social media. Social media is not about influencing. Social media is about you bringing something to the marketplace and learning how to do it. So you don't have to be an extrovert to use it as a business tool. And we want to show you how to get paid on social media. Okay. In e-commerce, of course, the holidays are coming up. Of course, people are going to spend more money within those next couple of months than they did all year. And of course, you can be in a position this year, 2023, to interrupt the flow of money. Yes, I say, what type of business do you want to start? A profitable one. And we here in Rich University are here to show you how to start successful businesses. Keyword is successful, not just start a business, but a successful one. And so with that being said, we put you in a position to do just that for $499 one time, $384 a month. We even have the audacity for some of you right now to say, listen, I'm ready to do this now. And I know some other people that's ready to do this too. Every time you refer a member and invite them into Rich University for our all impact, and they say yes, you get $100. What? Yes, you get $100 that you can choose to use towards your monthly tuition or whatever you would want to do. And when you get 4 members to say yes in 1 week because of amazing experiences like this, where all you have to do is invite, because the full campus is there for you. Our system is a well-oiled system. I told you guys were going to love it here. When you simply invite them and they say yes, because you referred them, you get paid. What? I don't have to build everything out. Everything is already built out. You being a student alone allows you to refer other people and get paid when they say yes. If 4 people, you invite 4 people in 1 week, instead of you, in fact, if you invite 3 people in 1 week, instead of you only making $100 for each person, you're going to make $400 for 3 people. Guys, I said it's about residual. I said it's about relationships. It's about results. So this puts you in a position of power. Now, for whatever reason, if $499 is out of your budget, but you know you need to start tonight, because what's most important is not how you start, but that you start tonight. Empowered is $274 one time, $249 a month. It puts you in a position of power to customize your experience. Maybe you want to trade and travel, or maybe you want to do social media and travel. Maybe you want to do e-commerce and social media. You want to be an e-commerce influencer? You want to be a travel influencer? You want to trade and travel? As you can see, I like travel, but I like travel as a secondary. Let me get my coins first. and then we could travel, right? I don't like just travel. I like to travel after I'd have made the coins. Let me trade and get the bag, and then we can go travel. Let me e-commerce and get the bag, then we can go travel, right? And so these are opportunities that you can choose, or you can choose to do it a la carte. Now, we also offer you a scholarship for those of you who are just students that simply want to come to learn a skill. You're not here looking to get no extra income as far as from referring people, but you would like to waive your monthly tuition. We do offer you a scholarship that waives your monthly tuition where you would not have to come out of pocket. If you refer just two members, the next month subscription is waived. So if those two members are continuing to see value in our product and they continue to pay their tuition, your tuition for the following month is waived as well. So you don't have to go and get two new people every month if you just want free tuition. You just need two people that continue to pay and see the value for you to waive your monthly tuition. So, with that being said, guys, we have tons of events. We just finished our Pretty Money Atlanta as well as our Pretty Money Las Vegas. And now we're going into Rich Experience Dallas edition, November 2nd through 4th. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be amazing. You guys are probably seeing this dominate your timeline. We have a VIP awards dinner and penny ceremony that's going to be happening. You don't want to miss it. And so, with that being said, come and get rich with us. Enroll today. You are going to love it here. Go ahead and get back with the person that invited you to this presentation. Let them know what you like most about what you experienced today. No matter what you decide, I encourage you to say thank you. They thought enough of you to share this information with you that could potentially change your life. When I think about Merlan's testimony of how she was able to crush her goal at the beginning of the year, then come back and get $10,000 in funding to help her close out her goal for this year. And I think about even Isabel's testimony of how she was able to come into this space not knowing nothing about it, yet being able to grow her account 117% her first live day. I get it, is unheard of. And we cannot guarantee any of you are going to have those types of results. But what we can say is we are a community that's going to help to mentor you, provide you the support and all of the resources that you need to really come and win with us. Now, I believe that there's at least three type of people here. Number three, you're listening to this information, you're saying, Dr. China, this was amazing, but this is just not for me. And I totally respect that. You may be saying, listen, I'm not interested in creating wealth. I don't like community. This is just not my thing, right? No problem. What I recommend you do is refer three people to the person that invited you. Think about people who do want to create wealth. Think about people who perhaps want to purchase a brand new home or a car or pay off some debt. People that want to give back, right? They want to do something beyond themselves and get them into the community. Share their names and numbers with the person that invited you after you thank them from coming. Let them know I'm a number three, but I got three people that I would want to refer this to, right? The second person is saying, Dr. China, you could have stopped a long time ago. I'm so excited, but I do have a few questions. I'm really excited to get started. The number two person, there's going to be some people that are looking forward to your call. These people are there to answer your questions. We have a phenomenal system in place. I always say, listen, get your answers from people who have your answers, because the people who many people are connected to, they have their problems, but not their answers. So don't go ask JoJo them what they think. Ask somebody who has your answers for your answers and not someone who has your problems, right? And then the number one person, tonight's presentation was for you. You're saying, Dr. China, I've been ready. I mean, I just came to show up, but I was ready since I saw y'all in Las Vegas with all of that rich blue on. I refuse to miss another event. I'm seeing the people in this community elevate. I'm watching their lives transform greater than money. I cannot miss out on being a part of this. It's God led and I'm in. To the number one person, tonight's presentation was for you. Get back with the person that invited you to the call. Let them know what you like most about what you heard. And they're going to give you a unique link that's going to allow you to get started tonight with us. With that being said, this is Dr. China Bethy here, founder and CEO of Rich University, and I am excited to welcome you to the inside. God bless you guys, and bye for now.